So, hello everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, um, good morning from whatever time zone you are watching us from today. My name is Benga Adeyemo, and with me here I have a whole lot of people who are professionals, members of the Winnipeg Power Platform User Group. You have the likes of Amzat Ridwan, Oluwatosin Oyinlade, Charles Ojoku, Mujirade Ajayi. To just mention a few. Um, so many people are still going to join us later. Today, I'll just introduce for those of us that are this is our first time attending our general section. I'm going to introduce the Power Platform Group so that we can understand what we stand for and understand why we are here. Okay, so what do we stand for? The Winnipeg Power Platform User Group. Can you all see my screen, please?
Yes,
Can
Yes,
everybody
please.
see my
yes,
screen? Okay,
Mama.
thank you.
yes, yes.
So the Winnipeg Power Platform User Group is a dynamic community that is dedicated to empowering individuals and organizations to enhance their skill within the Microsoft Power Platform ecosystem, right? We bring together different professionals, end users, and learners from various industries. So it means that our user group is not just for those that are professionals or alone. It's also for those that are end users. That is, whether you're a beginner, whether you've been using the Power Platform tools for a while, we are all here to learn from each other, right? And members of this user group are from different industries, right? We collaborate together to share knowledge, best practices, and innovative solutions, right? So, for those that are new, Power Platform ecosystem entails Power BI, which we use for reporting, dashboards, and a whole lot of development processes, right? We have the Power Apps, which we use to build custom applications. We have the model driven and the Canvas app. We have the Power Automate, which is also part of the Power Platform ecosystem for automating manual processes, right? And we also have now the new family that has joined Power Platform ecosystem now is the Power Pages, right? We have other tools embedded like the Copilot Studio, the Copilot itself, Dataverse, AI Builder, connectors, and a whole lot of things like that. So uh, this will be our third um, general section. The first section we talked about intro to Power Platform. The second section we had a speaker last 2 weeks who came to talk to us about introduction to Canvas app, how you can build a Canvas app. So today, we have another guest speaker who is an experienced data analyst who is going to, show us a demo on how she was able to build um, a resume solution with Power BI, right? She did that for one of my communities in Nigeria, Data Jobs Nigeria, where because we are more than 1,000 now, and sometimes it's a lot trying to track everybody's resume in a particular. So we wanted to build something that we could track everybody's resume. You could go there as an HR person looking for your next talent to hire, right? You could go there and just, look at some of the slicers to choose candidates or shortlist candidates based on different criteria, right? In order to move on, to tell us why we started the Winnipeg Power Platform User Group, the first thing is to support your Microsoft certification journey. Sorry, I'm hearing echo in the background. Can you mute your microphone, please?
It was a lot of adequate. Thank you.
Okay. Um, so we have 5 days and objective. Please, can you mute yourself, please? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so one of the
So,
goals and objective of the Power Platform User Group is to support people's Microsoft certification journey, which is something I'm happy to announce that we started recently. We've been teaching people, we've been having some classes on preparing PL 300, um, like a prep class, right? We've been doing that for some weeks now, Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. every Wednesdays and Sundays, CST time zone. And the good news is that we got some 50% voucher from Microsoft recently to support people financially for them to be able to book their PL 300. So, yeah, one of the reasons why we are here is for us to support people's Microsoft certification journey, right? By providing mentorship, which we're already doing, study groups for people to be able to achieve their certifications. Also, we one of our goals and objective also is for us to foster MCT development. So it means that when people get their certification, at least the minimum of associate level certification, we encourage them, right, to also enroll for the Microsoft Certified Trainer, program, so that everybody is well equipped and they have access to official courseware and a whole lot of opportunities that comes with the MCT certification, right? One of our third objectives is knowledge sharing and skill building, right? So, like what we are here for today is one of our regular workshops, or should I call it webinar, right? Where people share ideas on the projects they've worked on or how they can build, a solution and stuff like that, right? We promote innovation with Power Platform. We inspire ourselves, like our members, right? For example, currently some of our members are still very new to other Power Platform tools like the Automate and the apps, right? But by sharing information about the Power Hub program, people have been learning a lot on other tools and that's been helping them, to also improve their skill and add to their portfolio, right? So, in conclusion, we are a collaborative community. We come together for people to network, to get mentoring, advice on career growth, and also stay up to date on the latest developments in Power Platform. So some of the plans that we have now, which I discussed with some of the leadership team, is that very soon we are going to start creating a lot of content on our pages, our social media pages. If there's any update from Microsoft, any latest information that we need to know, and also our page will be like a go-to place, to hear about the latest innovation, technology, new ways of doing things, sharing tips on how you can optimize a lot of things. So that is one of our plans that we are working on and looking towards for 2025. Right. So today we'll have a demo on building resume solution with Power BI. In the next 2 weeks, December 7th, we are bringing a speaker who is coming to do a demo for us on Microsoft Fabric, just for you to have a basic idea of what Microsoft Fabric entails. Right after that, December 21st, 2024, we're also going to be having a speaker who is going to come and talk to us about how you can use Power Automate to automate some basic processes. So, yeah, so next year we are going to bring out a calendar, right, to also showcase some of the programs we have in mind for the coming year. Today we have a very wonderful guest. Her name is Onyechukwu Ojike, right? She's a data analyst experience. She's going to share, uh, some tips and ideas on how she was able to come up with this resume solution. So, if you are here today, you're an HR person, and your own HR is the recruitment part of HR, and this process we can show you how you can streamline the recruitment processes, right, to make it more streamlined and easy, to make the whole process very simple, right? So she's going to showcase to us how she was able to come up with that solution and how we can also implement that idea if we get to our different places of. It's not just HR alone. you can be anywhere and you want to build a solution similar to this, right? So I'll be calling on Onye. Onye, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming. Sincerely, we appreciate your coming, taking your time. She's really sacrificing a lot, though. Like she had to stay in the office by this time for her to be in this program. It's something I really appreciate. I appreciate the sacrifice and and your time, right? So we now not to waste too much time, right? Because we're waiting for people to join. Let me just give Oyinye the opportunity to continue the section. So I'll stop sharing my screen now. You can definitely share your screen and you can go ahead with the presentation. So you are in charge now.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Wenga. I really appreciate. I'm also happy to be here. And I want to say good evening to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, thank you. My name is Ojike Onyinyechuku, and I'm a data analyst, and I'm proficient in the use of Power BI, Power Query, DAX, and all of that. I used to build Power BI reports and dashboards. And currently, I'm in Wema Bank, where I contribute to create amazing data stories using Power BI's, using dashboards or reports to help decision making. So I'm very excited to be here. And honestly, I would like to meet some of us that are here. And I have some icebreaker questions, if you don't mind. Please, can you send an emoji of how you are feeling right now in the chats area? Send an emoji of your mood right now. Let me send my own, if you don't mind. Okay, I see some people are excited. Some people are giving me love emojis. That's good. Um, Let me show my own emoji. Yes, somebody's giving me tongue out. Adiola. Nice to meet everybody. I'm so excited to be here, to be honest. So without wasting much of your time, I'll just go right into it. So today I'm going to be showing how I built. Please, can you see my screen?
It's a little bit dark. Yes, we can see it now.
Oh,
We can see it now. Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. So we are going to learn how to build a resume solution with Power BI, and this is what the home page of the Power BI looks like. So Mr. Brink has already given us a background, a context as to how this came about. HR personnel having to always ask for CVs sent to their DMs. They are being bombarded with a lot of CVs, and streamlining was a problem. So we came up with the idea to build this solution where we have one-stop shop for all data professional CVs, where you can select and filter and choose the CV that suits you. So I'm going to click on the link. I'm coming, please. The solution here. So I'm going to walk us through the report quickly so you get an idea of what it looks like. So here it says seeking data professionals, search, filter, and hire in minutes from 1,000 plus candidates. This is the homepage, and then click to get started. And then it takes you to this report page. And as you can see here, we have the title of this report. It says, apply, filter, and explore qualified CVs. And the next card close to that is showing us the number of CVs that we have currently in, in our catalog or something. And then the next button we have is a button to go back home. If I click on it, it takes us back to the home page. And the next button under it is a button that clears all filters. So right under all of those are all the filters that we have that the user can use to find CVs. The first filter we have is job role, where you can select from different kinds of job roles. We have the business intelligence analyst, data architect, and so on. And then the next one, you can choose by experience, 0 to 1 years experience, 10 to 15, and so on. And the next filter is job type. Do you want those who want hybrid, on-site, remote? The next one is location. All the locations in Nigeria are here. And the next one is expertise, entry level, executive, mid-level, and all of that. And the next view right under all these filters is an overview of the results that comes out from your filter. The first column here is the full name of the candidate, the role of the candidate, the experience, the person's location, and the person's LinkedIn profile. So let's say I select a data analyst. As you can see now, we have 8 CVs to explore that are all data analysts. And let's say we're interested in Ngozi Wanko because she's in Kano and we want someone in Kano. When we click on Ngozi Wanko's name, it takes us directly to her CV. Currently, the CV here is mine because this is a demo data. I was not going to use people's real CV to do this. So this is a demo data. And then that same Ngozi Wanko, we want to see what she's doing on LinkedIn. When you click on it, it still takes you to my LinkedIn because it's a demo data, but you get the point. So when you're done and you want to start afresh or something, you can just clear the filters, go back home. The last feature that this report has is the ability to join the pool. Let's say you come across this report and you love it and you want your CV to feature in this report. You can just click here. It says click to submit your CV. I'm sorry, okay, it has gone. Click to submit your CV, and then it takes you to a Google form. You verify your account. So let me just quickly, I'm using Edge here. Let me quickly copy the link and take it to my Google account. And then next, as you can see, the form is here. You fill up your name, fill up your information. When you click on submit, it automatically uploads and updates this report. So that is what we're going to learn today. And I hope you're excited to learn about it. Then the next slide I have is the workflow. How did I start and how did I end the project? The first thing I did was to brainstorm. And I think that's the first thing anyone does when you're faced with a challenge or faced with something to do, a problem to solve. Brainstorming. And after brainstorming, I'll quickly show you something I wrote down as the things that came up during my brainstorming session that led to this. I hope you can see. Hope it's not too tiny.
No, we can see, it's clear.
Okay. So brainstorming session, I thought about, okay, what data do I want to show? I need to collect data using forms. What search options do I want the recruiter to see? What do I want them to see? And I knew that I wanted them to see job title, years of experience. So I jotted all those things down. And also I want them to be able to click a link and go to the CV and, go to LinkedIn. So of course, we know that job title, years of experience, job type are all information in the CV. But then I was thinking, how am I going to go through the CV and get all this information? And then that's where the idea of putting those questions in the forms. We are going to see that now. It helps your data collection process easy. You don't need to do too much cleaning. I will show you more on that as we go on. So the first thing is to always brainstorm, scribble down what you want to do and all of that. And then I was able to get a roadmap using Google Forms or Microsoft Forms, any form that you find suitable. There's even another tool I know, Kobo Collect. You can use any form of data collection tool to collect your data. And after that, I went in to connect the data source to Power BI. In this case, I used Google Forms. And then the next thing, I transformed the data in Power Query. The next thing, that beautiful, if I do say so myself, that beautiful homepage you see, I designed it on Canva because I like beautiful things. And then the next thing, designed the visuals on Power BI, and then I published to the web, and that was it. So first things first, let's go to Google Forms to show you how I did the first step. So let me show you. This is what the form looks like in the place I designed it. When you go, I don't know. Okay, let me just quickly show you. When you go to your Google account, um, when you click on
Sorry,
forms.
your Google is not showing. We're only seeing your workflow.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. Let me check what I'm sharing. Okay, I'll stop sharing and share my entire screen now. So,
All right, thank you.
okay, I've seen the problem. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Now we can see.
Okay. Sorry about that. So I'll go to Google Forms. This is your Google account. You click here on this Google Apps icon, and then you see Google Forms. See Forms here. So this is how to go to Google Forms. In case you were wondering, you go to blank form, and then you begin. But let me show us what the already done product looks like. So here I have my question, like, just talk about the form, make people able to fill the form. Ready for new roles, submit your CV, get found. Elevator is, just writing a short note to let people know what this form is even about. And then they're able to fill their first name. So like I said, in the brainstorming session, you write down everything that you want them to submit. I wanted them to submit their first name, surname, role, to be able to choose a role. I didn't want them to type in role by themselves, because if they do, people are going to, someone else might type data analyst, and that person may type data analyst, and the data is not complete. So maybe DAT. I'll not be doing plenty data cleaning. So to avoid a scattered data, is better you provide them the option to choose from. So that is one tip for data collection. Let your selection options be as clear as possible. The next thing, years of experience. You see how I joined the years of experience with the expertise level, because someone may say 0 to 1 years experience and go and click senior level on the next question. I did not want that. I wanted a clean data. So I planned everything I wanted from the beginning. Employment type, I knew I wanted either full-time or part-time. Job type, hybrid, all of that. Even in location, we all know that someone else may say Abuja, another person may say FCT, someone may say Lagos, another person may say Echo. Just for simplicity's sake, I put in the list, and then here I give them the option to upload their CV, and then here to type in their LinkedIn profile. So I'm going to just jump into this new form, and we will try and create 1 or 2 forms. So let me type full name. Of course, here you are going to talk, give the form a title. Resume collection, resume solution. It doesn't really matter right now what we are typing, just to show you what it looks like. Submit your resume to be found. Something like that. Then here you now say, okay, you want them to type in their full name, and here you can choose options. Full name definitely is a short answer. So short answer. Then you click on a new option, location. So let me use that location as an example of how I was able to upload the options I have for them. So for location, it's not going to be a short answer because you want them to select. So you click drop down, right? So I clicked on drop down option 1. I started typing by myself. Let me see. Okay. So another thing with Google Forms is quite intuitive. So you can literally figure it out as you go. And I had a list of everything I wanted. If you look at this sheet, I wrote categorization. I had everything I wanted already written here. To be honest, I also made use of ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT kindly generate different job roles that exist in the data profession, and it came up with all these lists. So I was able to just categorize properly. Roles category, I wrote down all the names. So I came here and was just copying these things and pasting in the Google form. Let me see if that will work in our case right now. Okay, instead of typing them one by one. I hope we saw that. So I just copied and pasted the same thing. Cancel this one, cancel this one. Okay, and then new job role, for example, multiple choice. No, I don't want multiple choice. I don't want checkbox. I already know I want drop down. I went back to my sheet. I went to job role. I copied everything here. Control C. Went back to the form. Option 1. Control V. And everything was just listed. So that is how to make your data collection clean, easy, without having people typing different things. Then this is pretty much how other options go, except the CV part. So new question, and I knew I wanted to tell them upload CV. So I want only PDFs. I do not want Word and image and all of that. So I went here, file upload. So I clicked on file upload. And then it says here, let respondents upload files to Drive. Files will be uploaded to the form owner's Google Drive. I'll show you what this means in a bit. Respondents will be required to sign into Google when file upload questions are added to a form. Make sure to only share this form with people you trust. Okay, no problem, go. So you click on continue. And then it's loading. Allow only specific file types, and I'll say yes. Only PDF, right? Then the next thing, maximum number of files, just one. I don't want people uploading a lot of files, just one. And then maximum file size, I think 100 MB is good. So this is how I was able to create that part of the form where they can upload their CV. Another interesting part was for them to put in their LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile. I don't know, is it LinkedIn profile? And then, of course, short answer, and they're just going to copy and paste here. One other thing when you are designing forms, you don't want people to skip on any question that is important for you. So I kept clicking on required. I want everything required. So this section is for you to say, is it compulsory or not? So everything I clicked required. And when you're done, you say send, or you just copy the link and send it to get prefilled. No, send. Then you can now copy the link or send to email. If you want the link, you copy the link here. If you want the link shortened, you copy the link here, copy, and then you can now post it everywhere you want to post. So step 1, design Google form. We've done that now. That is how I came about these forms, this form right here. So the next step was to, excuse me, connect the Google form, the data I've collected, to Power BI. So we are going to open Power BI. I've opened Power BI here now. Sorry, let me just delete this quickly. So when you open up Power BI, this is what it looks like. And then you're going to connect data. But before you do that, remember that your Google form has started receiving responses, right? So this is an example of what it will look like. Remember I said I used a demo data. So this is an example of what it will look like. Let me see the ones I used to collect. View in sheets. All right. So when you are done designing your form and you start receiving responses, it's going to show up here. You can see the amount of responses you've gotten, and you can see what it looks like on the sheets, right? So that's what it will look like. But let's use the demo data I used. So right here, this link here in our browser search part is the link to the spreadsheet. So I'm going to highlight everything here and copy the link. It is this link that we will use to connect Power BI to this sheet. So I'm going back to my Power BI and then I'll click on Get Data. Please, I hope you're following. Am I too fast? Am I too slow? Let me check in with you guys before I continue. Please,
Just go
hope you're
ahead. Just go ahead,
following.
Onye.
Okay, thank you. So we are going to click on Get Data. We'll go to More, and then we'll just search Google. And then you can see Google Sheets here. We click on Google Sheets, and we'll say Connect, right? Connect. So it's giving us a warning about how we are going to be connecting to a third-party service and all of that. Just say, okay. You can even say, don't want me again, and just say, okay. And then it's requesting for the URL of the Google Sheet. We have already copied it, so we'll just come here and paste it. As we've pasted it, you say, okay. And then automatically, the sheet is being added here. Excuse me, sorry. Then I know that the particular sheet I want is the main one. I named it main from my data source. Then this is a preview. It means that, okay, this is the type I'm looking for. And then I click on main. So I know that I want to transform the data before I load it. So I'm going to click on transform data. And then it takes us to Power Query Editor. So the first form of data transformation we are going to be doing is to give our table or our sheet, this is a table, the proper heading. So we'll go to the tab, transform, and we'll see use first row as headers. Just click on it and automatically it will promote our headers to the right places. And it also does, it changes the data type using intelligence. So this ID, numeric, first name, alphabet, surname alphabet, and all of that. So with the design that I have in mind from the brainstorming session, like I said, I knew that I wanted their name, first name and surname to be together as full name. And so that's the first form of data transformation I'm going to be doing, combining these two columns together and naming that column full name. So I'm going to click on this, press my control on my keyboard and click on this at the same time. And then I'll right click and then I'll see merge columns. And I click on merge columns. Do I want a separator? Yes, I want a separator and I want it to be a space. And what will be the name? I'll call it full name. And then I'll say, okay. So automatically we see the full name. So what this does is that it has joined the two columns together. So even the first name and the surname, the columns do no longer exist. So it just joined the names together. And that's what I want. I'm okay with that. But if that's not what you want to use these merge columns up here. Let me just erase that step and do it all over again. So select first name, surname, go to these merge columns up here under your transform tab. Click here. The same thing, I want a space as the separator, and I want the name to be full name. And then I say okay. So we can see that, oh, okay, sorry about that. That is under transform. It is under add column, like to add a new column for you, merged columns. Let me quickly do that now. First name, surname, add column, merge column. I want a space and full name, just in case you want to still make use of the first name and the other name. So we can see that first name is still here, surname is still here, and we have our full name here, in case that's what you want. So I have that there. And the next thing I want to do is to separate these guys, these years of experience. I want to separate the years and separate the expertise level so that the recruiter can choose from any of those options. So I'm going to click on the column. Then I'll go to this add column and click on column from examples. So it says, is it from all columns? Excuse me. Or from selection, and I'll click on from selection because I know I want it to just focus on this column from selection. And then, so what this means is that you're going to tell Power Query what you want your data to look like, the new column, what you want it to look like. It says enter sample values to create a new column. It's almost like is it something on Excel? I've forgotten the name right now. Splash fill on Excel, if you're familiar with Excel. So you're going to give it an example of what you want it to look like. So I'm just going to copy this one here, paste it here. Oh, no. Copy and paste. What's going on? Okay, it's not working. Okay, I'll just type it here. And then I'll clean because I want this one to just be years of experience. I'll write here experience. And then automatically it's able to detect what I want. So it has kind of, it's giving me the idea that, okay, is this what you want? It's showing me what it has come up with. And then I'll say, okay, yes, this is what I want. Okay, automatically that column has been created with experience. The next column I want to create is expertise. So I'll go back to that column and I'll do the same thing. Column from examples, from selection, and I'll name it expertise. And then I'll give the example here. So I double clicked to give me that option. Then I will erase this one from here. And then automatically it's giving me those options from this column. And I'm saying that, okay, yes, it's correct. This is what I want. Early career. Okay, yeah, cool. This is what I want. I'll say, okay. Automatically, I have this column. So the other data transformation I did was to create a column called LinkedIn. Yes, I created a column called LinkedIn. And what I wanted that column to be like is to say, for example, Abasiama on LinkedIn, Abdullahi on LinkedIn. We saw that Aisha on LinkedIn. I wanted that column. So I went to add column, the same add column. So add column is used when you want to introduce a new column, while transform is used when you just want to change an already existing column. So because I want to add a new column, I went to add column and I clicked on custom column. So LinkedIn profile. Excuse me, that's a new column name. LinkedIn profile. And then it's asking for what formula. I know that I want the first name and the text on LinkedIn. So I click on the first name and I insert, move it there. And then I said concatenate because I want to concatenate the text, and the concatenating symbol in Power Query is and. And then the text, I know I want a space, and then on LinkedIn. and then syntax, no syntax error. Okay, I said okay. So now we have that column showing LinkedIn profile, Abasiama on LinkedIn, Abdullahi on LinkedIn. This is the place we're going to be clicking to go and view their LinkedIn profile. And I'll change the data type to text purely so that there'll be no confusion. So for now, this is all the data transformation that we need. And then I'll just load and apply changes here. Hope we are following. So, okay. So, we have our table here, table view. Everything is looking the way we want it to look. Nice, nice, nice. No need for data modeling here because it's just one table we're working with. So for the home page, I used Canva. So that's our step 2. Step 2 here says, okay, step 3, we've transformed data. Step 4, design on Canva. So I already have a Canva account on my Google account. So just go to canva.com and then you are here. If you don't have an account, you can just create one. It's free. Canva has 2 ways of using. You can use it for free or you can pay. When you pay, you have access to more features. But I've been using the free version and it's been serving me very well. So with the free version, you can do a lot of things. So create a design. And I already knew that I wanted, because the Power BI home page orientation that is here is 9:16. I be 16:9. You can confirm it here when you go to Canvas settings. You see that it's 16. The ratio is 16:9. That is the kind of the measurement of the home page that I have here. So I'm going to keep that in mind when I'm going to design my home page. If I change the design to maybe 4:3, when I go to Canva, that's what I'm going to be doing there. I'm going to be asking for that size. So 16:9 is okay for me. Then I go to Canva, and then I know that presentation mode is 16:9. So I click on it. So this is where we start design. You don't even need to start anything from scratch. You just come here and say website homepage. So we have many options. So what I did was just to click homepage, click, look for the ones that I like, the ones I can work with. I'm saying this. So anyone you see with a crown is pro. That means it's not available to you if you have a free account. So I'll not even look, even though I like this sample. I can't look at it because it's paid for. So not to waste much of our time, let me just pick one, maybe this one. And then it has to be the color you like and everything. So let's work with this one, for example, right? So I also knew that in the report, I wanted people to be able to fill their forms. That feature that we saw, if you remember, that feature that we saw here, where you can join the pool. So I had that in mind when I was designing. So let's say I say join the pool here so that I won't waste too much time. And then this is the title of the dashboard we are building. Resume solution. I mean the report we are building. Resume solution, and then get started. So even the get started button, I designed it on Canva, and I went to Power BI. It was just a placeholder. Then I went to Power BI and put the actual button there, and I'll show you. So let's delete all these ones. Are the colors too much? Yes, I think so. Let me just delete all these things. If you like design like me, this can take time. I always like to design. I can waste time when I'm trying to design something. It's now bland. Let me just take this picture. I'll put here. But you get the point, right? So let's say I put it on the corner here. Of course, when I was choosing a picture, let's say this picture of HR, now we use the dashboard. When I was choosing a picture, I chose a picture that is in line with like the dashboard, the report and everything. So let's say this is our homepage. Then I'm going to share, download. So you're going to download this as an image. So PNG, best for complex image and illustration. So I'm going to choose PNG, and then it's page 2 that we want. Page 2, because that's the page we're working on here. I say done, and I say download. So now it's downloading, and then you can click and open it up. Not bad. So I'm going to show you how to use this homepage in a Power BI report. So now going back to Power BI, everything clear. Click on your, just click on the, no, on the page, empty page. Go to visualizations. The visualization pane and the data pane are always here permanently. So once you open your Power BI, you just see it. And then on the format your reports page, you will see canvas background. I'm going to click on it, and then here you can select color, but we know that what we want to do now is to select an image. So I'll click on browse. Remember the folder where you downloaded the thing from, the thing we just designed on Canva. So I've forgotten the name now. I have to go and look for the name. Join pool, that's the name. I come here and I look for it, join pool, and then I say open, and then it's here. It's here, but the transparency is at 100%. So I'm going to shift the transparency to 0, and now I have my image here, but you can see that it doesn't fit properly. So under the image fit, I'll choose fit instead of normal. When you choose normal, it won't fit well. When you choose fit, it will fit properly. So here we are. We have the home page where we want it to be. Now, the next thing that we're going to do now is to make this get started an actual button that can work. But before we go there, let's even, so I'm going to rename this page home, and then I'll go here and just say report view, for example. It's always good to name your pages, because sometimes you can be working on a report and there's a lot of, I have some pages that are over 10 in some of the reports I do. So it's important that you name your pages, so it helps you with navigations, right? So now we are going to start designing the reports, the where all the CVs will be and everything. The first thing is the title. You need to put the title of the report. So text box, because it's a text, and we are going to type in resume solution, solution for Winnipeg. Hope I spelled it correctly. Community, for example. So I'm going to make it big. I want to 60, is 60 fine? 60 too much. So you just play around your, creativity, how you want it to be. I think that is too big. I'll choose 40. It's just about how you want this thing to look like. 32. Okay, this is fine. So I'm going to be looking at the one I created before so that will be faster. Because if you leave me, I'll start thinking of design all over again. So let's just use this one. So that I'll just be taking the colors from there. Okay, I put a shape ahead. So I'm just going to use exact design so that will not waste time. So I put this text in a shape. So I'm going to go to insert a shape. I do not like squares. If you like squares, you can use squares. I like rounded rectangles. When the shape is like this, that's what I like. So I'm going to put it behind this guy. Click on layer. If you want it to be behind, you need to layer it properly. Go to format and send to back. Send to back. And then automatically it's at the back. Then put this in the middle of it so that it looks nice. Make this smaller, just play around designing it, making it look nice. So you can see that this is not giving. So I'm going to make sure that this guy does not have fill column. So I'll go to properties and go to effects and say I do not want background color. When I click that off, now I do not have any background. I'm going to put that in the middle. First of all, I'm going to make it to be centered so that when I put it in the middle, it looks nice. So in the middle, give the shape a new color. Go to effects, background, give it a color. Let's just get something nice right now. Please, I hope I'm not too fast. So there's something with Power BI visuals and the background. So usually I like to turn off the fill and just work with the effect side. Turn off the fill, turn off border here, and go to general and work with that. So when I go to general, because I'm able to get the shadow using general, and I love having shadows. So background turned on, visual border, yes. I'll make the visual border the color of the background so that it's not. Then I'll make the corners curved by maybe 22. Now this is what we are having.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, then I'll put shadows. I like shadows. So I put the shadow. Oh, is someone speaking? Hello?
Please go ahead.
Okay. So this is how to create like the title page. I mean the title. So something like this. Moving on to the next. We have the cards that shows us the number of CVs we have, home and filter. You also need to learn how to use and combine colors. If you look closely, you see that the shadow I use here is the color of this filter button. So, but you learn how to play with color so that it looks nice. So I'm going to impute a card visual. So what I want the card to do is to count the total number of CVs that I have. And every CV is unique, like every data professional rather is unique because you cannot submit more than once with the form. So, and I already gave them an ID. In fact, your Google form responses is going to automatically give each person an ID. So I want you to count the IDs. I'm going to drag this to the visual. As you can see, it's written here 100. So it's count. No need, there will be no difference. Count distinct, count. There will be no difference in this case because every ID is unique. But just in case maybe what you're working on, every ID is not unique, then you need to use count distinct. But in this case, it doesn't matter because it's the same. So this count ID, that's not the name I want. So I'm going to just write CVs just to show 100 CVs. So I've changed that. I changed it here. So this is what we have. I'll reshape it. Wait, looks like this thing is too big. And I think it's because this is in capital letter. So whenever you're designing things like this, you have to keep going back. I'm sorry if I'm not getting the name, the spelling.
No, you are correct. It's just EG after P.
Okay, EG, thank you. Winnipeg, yes. So now it has entered correctly. Yes. So now my 100 CVs can enter here too. I'll resize it. So if you want to quickly get the same design format for the background like this one now, you just click on this object and go to Format Painter. This will automatically pick that design and everything. And you see, it has automatically copied the features of this one onto here. Let me go back to this to be sure. Okay, yes, it was the same thing. It's the other one that became different. So 100. Oh, I have here 100 CVs to explore. You see, so I'll just say 100 CVs. You click on it, go here, 100 CVs to explore. So that looks too pale. It's not bright, and maybe that 100 is too big. So if you want to change anything here, just go to the format your visuals menu, and then you can have all the options. So call out value is that 100. Probably is too big. Yeah, make it smaller, 40. You can also change the data type. Maybe you want it to be area black. Anything you want to do, you can just play around it here. You can change it to, anything at all. Then the category label is this CVs to explore. When I turn it off, you see that it disappears. When I turn it back on, it shows, and it's too plain. I almost can't see it, so I'm going to change the color to black. I don't even know if black is better or white. Just play around and know the one that is better. Oh, I think white is better. Okay. I'll just pick white. Yeah, I think. Yes, so this is how this is done. Make sure that they're on the same level. So one thing with this, it has these alignments, these lines that guide you, these guidelines. So you can see that I'm still struggling to have this thing here. You can keep reducing or you can expand. Anything you want to just do, you do. So now that's okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. The next thing is the home page and the title. So I hope this will not waste time. Let me quickly show you how I did the design for this homepage icon, because this homepage icon is not Power BI. That's one thing with Power BI. It's very rigid when it comes to design. So you need to be extra creative to get ideas in Power BI. So me, I use normal PowerPoint. Let me just show you icons. You can also go on Google and search for icons and download one. But PowerPoint icons are clean, they are not blur, and I can change the colors. So they are called CSV files. So quickly, I go here, insert icons. If you use PowerPoint, what now? You need an internet connection. I'm online. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. But if you know how to get icons on PowerPoint, you just click on it, get icons and save. I don't know why. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hello? So why is it saying I'm not online?
Yes, but
Oh
your
good.
laptop is showing no internet. Like if you look at your desktop
Oh,
clearly.
this symbol. Then what's the magic? No internet, but I'm
I don't
online.
know.
Technology. So I'll just not to waste time. Maybe I'll choose icon online. Maybe home icon. That's something I use to a lot. Home icon. Oh, there's even SVG here. Okay. Let's try. Hopefully it works. Okay, this one looks nice. So I'll just right click and say save, save image as, right? Home silhouettes. So it's a home icon. Get notes where you are saving things to so you don't start looking for them. So I'll just save it here in the download folder. And then I'll say save. Okay. Hope this works. So we have it now. I'll go back to Power BI and then I'll go to insert image. Okay, I think I remember. Okay, what's happening now is that I'm not able to see home because it's an SVG file. And it wants me to just get images. I remember. See, one of the restrictions of Power BI. It just wants me to get images. So that's why I like PowerPoint. In PowerPoint, I can change the color there on PowerPoint and save that home as an image. But for a downloaded SVG, unless you want to use another editor to change the color, let me quickly see if Canva can do that. Let me just quickly see. So I say, where is the folder? Downloads. So this is the guy here. Let me see. Okay, cool. So Canva can do that. Then in Canva, I cannot change the color because if it's an image, you can't change the color. It's not interactive. But you see that SVG format, you can always change the color and interact. But now I'm not thinking, how will I save this as an image here? Okay, so let me just give it black color. Okay, I think I like we can work with black. But if you want to change to red, it can change. So the whole point is that it's interactive because what you mostly see online is white or black. And what if your dashboard is not that color? For example, the one I used is not black, is not white. That was how I was able to achieve it. So I'll take it back to black. I think black works for our own design because if you have white, it will not show. So black is good for our design. So I will now say, let me see how this guy. So that's another thing. Sometimes the more as you're doing, you're discovering things. As you're doing, you're discovering things. Trying to figure out how to save this. Oh well. Let's just go and look for the one that's an image since black works for us. But please, if you have PowerPoint, make sure you're connected and you can do exactly what I'm talking about. Put in the icons, change the color, change it to the color you want, and download as image. You just work. So home icon PNG, straight up. Remove background. I don't want the one that has background. So I'll say save image as home icon. Go. Save. So it's supposed to not have background though, and it has background. So one thing I do, there's a page I have, remove background, remove.bg. It's a free website where you can use to remove backgrounds. So I'm going to upload it here. Home icon. Sorry, look at it here and I'll say open. I'm going to download it and remove the background for me straight. Then I'll download it automatically. And then as you can see, the background is gone. So I'll go to Power BI, go to insert, go to image. Now I can click on it. This one, the one that remove the background, and say okay. Now it has no background. If I bring in the other one, let me just show you the difference in case you were wondering. The one with, you see, it has this thing, and that's not what we want. So I'm going to choose the style to be fit or normal. It depends on what you want. Good. And then I'll take it up here. I think that normal is better when you want to make it very small. I want to make it really small, so I put it here. The next thing I have is clear filters. I'm going to make it even smaller so I can have space for my button. So here I'm going to, that same insert, that's where you can get a button. Normally, because I know the button I want to get is a blank button, I don't want back. You have so many types, back, information, Q&A, bookmark, blah, blah, blah. I always like using blank so I can customize it. So when you click on blank, a square button comes up all the time at the top left of your report page. So I'll just bring it and put it here. So I still want that same design. Remember how I explained the format, paint, click here. Okay, no, we don't want that design. I just remember we use another color. So I'm going to change the color to black. So I'll go to effects, change it to black, and there we go. So I'm just going to include the other filters. I'll come back to make these buttons interactive. So the next thing we have is our filter. Sorry. The next thing we have is our filters. Here, we're about to go into these guys. So we'll go back, and then we have slicer, because it's a slicer. That's the kind of visual you want to choose for this. So I click on slicer. The first thing is job role. So I'm going to click on role, job role, check. So as you can see, all the job roles are here now. But I don't want it to be like this because it's going to occupy a lot of space. So I'm going to change the style to a drop down. So I'll click on format your visual. So anytime you want to modify your visual, what it looks like, you always need to go to format your visual. And there you have options, visual and general. So, excuse me. I'm going to slicer settings, and I'll go to style, and I'm going to choose drop down because that's what I want. So when I click on drop down, automatically now I have to drop down to see the options, and that's what we want. I'm going to resize that, and according to this design, okay, they were just they didn't take this design, so I'm going to make it plain. So like you know by now, I like the curve thing. So I'm going to change the way it looks now. Remember, visual, general, effects. That's your go-to when you want to modify, make it, all fine and good. So I think white, let me see, white is okay. I'll just make the border black. So that we can also move quickly. Visual border, I'll turn it on. Rounded 22, 24, and what else? The color black, that's good. And then turn on the shadow. And this is what we have. Also resize, depending. Cool. So is this text, the font size, is it okay? I'm going to slicer header. That is that row. If I turn it off, you see that row disappears. If I turn it on, it's there. So I'm going to change the size so that it's more legible. So now I think it is better now. Maybe row 14. 14 is good. And then these ones, maybe they're too small. Then I'll go back to values and increase them a bit. 13. Yeah, I think that's okay. So I've already done one filter. So automatically I'm just going to copy and paste, and change the data value that is inside. So Control C, Control V. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. V, V, V. And like alignment too is something, when it comes to design, alignment is very important. It makes everything look clean and nice. So I'm going to select all of them, and I'll go to this tab here, format. When I click on it, you see align, and I click on it, I'll say align to the top, making sure that everything is on top. And then I'll say distribute horizontally, making sure that they have equal spaces between them. So you see that everything aligns properly, clean, right? So I'm not going to change the data type. The first one here is role. The next one is I think employment, years of experience. It doesn't matter at this point. Just change it to what you want. This one I'll put expertise. This one I'll put what's another thing we had? Location. This one I'll put employment type, I think. Employment type. So automatically you can see role. We have our role, experience, expertise, location, employment type. Cool. So we are done with our filters. The next thing is now that view, that overview of everything. This is a table. I use a table to achieve this. So I'm going to show you now how I did it. So I'm going to insert a table. This is a table, make it big, and put all the things I want. So all the things I want are full name, role, experience, location, and LinkedIn profile. So I'll go there, and then I'll click on full name, click on role, click on expertise, click on location, and click on LinkedIn profile. It's too tiny, so I'm going to change the values and make it 13 is good, or 14 depending. I think 14 is fine. Yeah. Then the title, also make it bigger, and that can be found under column headers. And that thing, just explore. In case you're not familiar with this, you can always explore. When you see when you click on something and you see what changes, you now say, okay, this one is for this one. Let me see what I did here. Okay. I'll make it even bigger. I think the values are too big. Make it 13. Then make the header 15. Make it bold. Yeah, that's it. Then you can, I don't like those extra spaces. Then you can change the style of the table from here. Style presets. This is the default. You can make it none. See, it disappears. You can make it minimal. You can make it bold header. You can choose style from here. I think what I used was minimal. Minimal, but let's not do it in the details, so don't waste time. If I want to change, I want to change this blue line to pink so that it matches this one. It's on that grid. On that grid, you see border. You see the blue line. I'll change it to pink. Now have it as pink. I think other grids. I think this gray color is too harsh. The line is too visible. You can reduce the way it looks. If I make you white, okay, make it white. Or go to more colors. If you want more colors, you can go to more colors and play around. So that's how you can play around your design, play around what you want. I want more colors that are close to pink. Yes, so it's subtle. You see how we've changed the look of this thing now. Now another thing again is, because of the way I want it to be, for example, look at this shape here. I'll put the table on top of a shape. the way that I did the title. If you remember, we had the title and we put it on top of a shape. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to copy, I'll just copy and paste this one and make it big. Then I'll send it back, send to back. Cool. Then click on the table, make it bigger so that it looks nice. You can just play around it. Make maybe some columns longer so that everything fits nicely. That's what I'll just spend some time doing to make it look really, really nice. Centralize it, always centralize, always align. Make sure you always do that. It makes everything look clean. I'm trying to click on the table. Okay. See now, see the guidelines we have. They're telling us, see those red dotted lines. They're telling us everything's centralized. Now this looks, let me see. I didn't use pink here. So I'm going to change that to white. Remember, general, effects, background color. Maybe this color. Yeah, I think I like this one. But our table has this solid white color that's not letting it shine. So I'm going to turn off its background. I'll click on the table, go to visuals, go to general, go to effects, and turn off its background. I'm still seeing that. So I'll look for where the problem is coming from. Click on the table again. General, effects, background is turned off, so it's not from here. Style elements. That's not what I'm looking for.
Maybe you can check column headers and values. They have separate backgrounds.
Column headers and values. I think I've seen a background color here. So I went to values and then I saw the background color. I'm going to, is this where it's coming from? Column headers. Okay. I don't want background at all. Text color. Yeah, it says here it's not existing. What's going on?
You want to do that alternate and the other color, right?
Okay, I think that's what I did.
Yeah, that's what you did.
Yes, I did.
You were there already, but you went back again. So just go back.
Cell elements.
Is this cell element? No. Go to grid, I guess.
Okay. That's where I am now. So most times, actually, I don't cram all these things like where this, where that. Is when I need to use the features, I'll just come here. It's quite intuitive and literally look for it and see what is changing. Like I said before. Okay, I will say, okay, no, it's not this one. I want to compose. That's literally how I do it. So I think not to waste much of our time, we'll just move on. This background color, this is values. Background color really says there's no, so I don't know why it's not. Anyway, let's not waste further of our time. But we can as well make the table have that look. It's just that I like the whole space I have around. Let me make the table have that look in itself. It's still under effect. Turn on there's something fundamentally wrong with this thing, but it's fine. Turn on the background. Give it that pink color we just give the other one. Give it a virtual border. Give it a shadow, and make the virtual border to be like 25. So I'm going to delete this guy now. So you can actually make your table like the what you want it to be generally. This has to do with values background. Anyway, so the next thing now is, if you notice, we need to click on the name to go to the link. We need to click on the LinkedIn profile to go to the link. So how are we going to do that? If I include the CV into this table and I include the LinkedIn profile into this table, for example, look at how ugly it looks. It doesn't look nice, and it's not even clickable. In case you want it clickable, let me show you how to do that. Go to table view, select the column. So in this case, it's CV. When you select CV and you go to data categories, you see here is written uncategorized. No, change it to web URL. Change it to web URL. Automatically, you can now click on it. I'll go to LinkedIn and I change it to web URL as well. Automatically, I can click on it. So when I go back here, you see that it's now highlighted blue. I can click on it and it will take me to the, to the destination. I can click on this one, take me to the destination. But still, it's ugly. Me, I don't like this kind of look. So I knew that this will not work for me. So I'm going to remove them. But just in case you want something that's, maybe the name is not too long and it's okay for the link to show like this, you can do this. But that's not what I want. I want to be able to click on the name and it takes me to the link. So how to achieve that? Click on the table, go to format your visual, and go to specific column. Is it specific column or cell elements? Okay, yes. Go to specific column, choose the name of the column you want to have that thing on. For now, full name is fine. And then we'll go to cell elements, right? Under cell elements, at the end of the day, it's actually cell elements, not specific columns. Cell elements, we've chosen full name, and then I see what happened. I see what happened with the column now. We go to web URL and we click on. When you click it on, it brings you here. It says format style. We want field value. That's the only thing that is here. Apply values only. What field should we base this on? Remember, we want, when we click on the person's name, we'll see the person's CV. It takes us to the person's CV. So that's what we're going to choose. We are going to base this column on the person's CV. First CV or last CV is first. Just pick first. It doesn't really matter because the first and last is the same thing. So just pick first. And then we say, okay. So automatically, you are seeing this line that is now under. In fact, when you hover, you can see the link address. So if I click on it, it will take me to the person's CV. Right? If I click on Aisha, it will take me to Aisha's CV. Right? So the next thing we need to do is also the LinkedIn profile. So we'll go back to that place, full name, LinkedIn profile, the same thing, web URL. What are we basing this on? We are basing this on LinkedIn, where we told them to submit their LinkedIn link, and which is this one, LinkedIn. The same thing first. We say, okay, same thing. We click on Abasiama, and it takes us to her LinkedIn profile. So that is how to achieve that look. Then the next thing is to make our home page interactive, our home button interactive. Please excuse me. I need to drink water, please. Excuse me. So we want to make our home button interactive. I remember we want, when we click on this home button, it will take us to this page, home, right? So we'll go back here, click on home, and we'll give it an action. We turn this on. drop down, we want it to do page. So we have options. We have bookmark, we have back. Back means it will go back to the previous page. We have page navigation. Bookmark, I'm going to show you what that means in a short while. We have page navigation, we have Q&A, we have web URL. I will show you web URL soon. And we have apply all filters, clear all, apply all slicers, clear all slicers, and all of that. So what we want actually is page navigation. So what's the destination? What page should it navigate to? It's only one page that it has for now. So it's only one page you're going to see. But if we had maybe other pages and we go to that page navigation, you can see other destinations. But because we didn't have those, we just had only home. So right now, when we click on this home icon, it will take us to the home page. Let me just delete these pages that I created. I like to have a tooltip so that when you hover over something, you get a short description of what you should do. So the default tooltip here on Power BI is Control plus click here to follow link. If you're working on Power BI desktop, you need to press and hold your control button on your keyboard and click on the button for it to work, because you are on Power BI desktop. So when I hover over, I press and hold my control button, click on it. You see that it's working now. But I don't like that click and follow link, because that's what it's going to show in your final product. But as you can see here, that's not what it's showing. When we hover, you see go to home page. And when you hover over this one, you see clear all filters. So that's what I want. I'm showing you how to do that. We achieve that using what we call tooltip. So when you click on that button, you go to action. You see where we have tooltip. The tooltip is on. If you want it to go off entirely, turn it off. And when I hover, there's nothing there. But I do want it on, but I don't want that default text. So you're going to put your text here, and I'll type go to homepage or homepage. Anyone you want at all. I'll say okay. When I hover, you see go to homepage. That's what I have now. So we've achieved this one. Then for the clear filters, I'm going to click on it. When I click on it, okay, so there's what we call bookmarks. And how did that clear filter thing come about? So imagine a recruiter has come and has chosen a data engineer and has chosen Abia State, right? The person may not know that he needs to clear this one and come and clear this one. That's like a lot of stress, in my opinion. So it's good to just have one button that the person will just click on, and all the filters will be cleared automatically. So the way I achieve that is using what we call bookmark. But to be honest, I just noticed something when I was showing you guys the homepage. Under the action, I saw this under type, clear all slicers. So I want to explore it here with you. I've not tried that before. Let me see what that will do. So let me just choose executive here and choose equity and click this guy. You see, I just learned something. So that is just an easy way to do that, to clear all slicers. But I'll still show you how I achieved the first one I did by using bookmarks. So bookmark is like a snapshot of something. How do you insert bookmarks? You go to insert and no, you go to view rather, sorry, and you click on bookmarks. Now, the state at which all filters are cleared is this state, where there is no selected option on these filters. Everything is all. This is the state of cleared filters. So this is the snapshot I want to take. So I'm going to say add, and I will name this bookmark clear filters. And automatically, if I click on it, it's going to clear filters. So let me show you. Let me choose Akwa Ibom and choose full time. It's the same thing. This is a snapshot of this page with Akwa Ibom and full time. If I click on clear filters, everything is cleared. So I've saved that bookmark. But then I need to now put this bookmark on a button. So let me just copy and paste this button for me to show you what I'm talking about, right? So I click here and then I go and give it an action. Let's assume the action was turned off. I give it an action and I choose bookmark, right? When I click on bookmark, it will now ask me which bookmark. For now, we have only one bookmark, which is clear filters. If we had more bookmarks, you see all of them here. So I'm going to click on clear filters. So that is the action I've given this button. So if I do this, choose Bauchi, choose expert lead, choose other things, and I click on this button, see, it has done the clear filters. So this is one way to do. So this bookmark I showed you is important for other kinds of things because clear filters is direct. It's just clear. This other one is direct. It's just clear slicers. But this knowing how to use bookmarks and creating buttons for bookmarks is important for a lot of things. It can be to show you another view, another snapshot, to drill down. You can use bookmark for a whole lot of things. So that is for bookmark, but I think this is more straightforward and we have both learned. We've all learned this today. But the text is very faint and I don't like it. So we can go and format it. We'll go to style, clear filters. We want to make the font white. We've done that. There's something else, right? Let me show you something I like about buttons. So you see how this clear filters is showing. When I hover, it bounces. It gets, there's this bouncy feeling thing it has. It gives you the idea that you can click on, it's clickable. I don't know. It's just something we are used to. It gives you the idea that it's clickable. Click on me. I'm interactive. So I will show you how to achieve that. For now, when you go, nothing happens. By the way, I need these fonts to show clear filters. So I'm going to edit the text. As you can see, it says here clear all slicers. That's the default setting. I'm going to change it to clear filters. Okay, at least it's showing. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. Okay. And then I'll put this home in the middle of it so it looks nice. Good. Then I'll click on it. Go to style, right? Go to style. Default states. When you see state, it means default state when it's just there. But I want to give it another effect on hover. So this is where you say, okay, when you hover over, what should happen? So when I click on hover, I'll say increase the size by 1, make it 11. So now when I hover, you see it. When I hover, the size has increased. If I make it 12, when I hover, it's even way bigger. If I don't do anything, nothing happens. If I reduce it, when I hover, the size reduces. Can you see that? So that's how to do that. You can even do it with colors. If I want it to be bold, when I hover, it's bold. If I want it to have a different color, when I hover, it's pink. Do you see that? So you can do anything. You can design it in any way. So me, it's okay for it to just be bigger. That's okay for me. When I hover, that's okay. Then the next one is on press, meaning when you press it, what should it look like? I wish there's a way for me to show you, but I've seen that we've done like 1 hour 30 minutes, so I'm trying to wrap this up. I wish there's a way to just quickly show you what that on press means. It means when you press on it, it's going to change its own color and stand out. So, but then we are done with this one. So when we click on it, we are done with this. So remember that here we need to click on this get started so that we can move to the report view. We want to be able to click on get started and move to this view. So here I would need a button as well. So I'm going to go to, if you remember, we went to insert buttons as usual, blank. I'm going to bring that button here. Because I know that this button, this get started button is okay for me, I like it like that, I'm going to make this our other button very transparent. It is not going to show at all, but I'll give it my action. What is the action? Page navigation as well. Action, page navigation. What page? Report view. So automatically when I click on it, it takes me here. But I don't like that tooltip. Remember, we're going to change it. Tooltip to get started. What did we even write? I think click to get started, something like that. So when I hover, I have get started. So what I'm going to do now, clean background, clean everything, make it very invisible. That's how I did it. Where are all the designs? Remove border. It doesn't even have a feel, so everything is fine. So you see that it's invisible, but it's there. When I hover, click to get started, and then I click on it. So that is how I was able to achieve this. One more thing, join pool. So let me see. Okay, join pool. Click to submit CV. So remember that when we click on this, it takes us to that Google Forms. So remember that when we designed our Google form, we did this, send link, right? We went to get link, we shortened the link, and we copied. So now anybody with this link, if I even post it here, can easily go to that form and fill the form, right? So I'm going to use that link to create a button. So I'll go back to Power BI. Maybe copy and paste this same button. No, let me not do that. Let's just get a new one so that I don't confuse you.
You can use empty button
Yes,
and
can use
place that
empty
on the
button.
join pool stuff.
Yes, exactly. The same thing. Place it here. But the action we'll give this one now is web URL, because it's going away. We are going to a website. So action will pick web URL here. And then it's asking us, okay, the link. So we're going to paste that link that we copied. What is this about? Okay. This is functional, when you have conditional things. So we've done that. And then when I click on it, it takes us to this. They'll ask the person to verify the Google account, and then the person can fill the form. Let me just quickly show us so that we can see. I'm just going to take it to my Google account so that I don't have to put in my password. This one is just, when I click next, voila, we can now go and start filling our form, doing everything and all of that. So, but it looks ugly. So I'm going to do that same thing, make it very, very transparent, and it's not showing, right? If you can even notice that hover, it looks like hover has a border. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I'm going there, I'm going to turn everything to be invisible on hover. Okay, so why is it showing like that? Maybe it's a default setting. Okay. Then I'm going to change the tooltip and say, click to submit CV. When you hover, that's what you get. So yes, I think I've covered everything. So one thing I like to do as well is to hide other pages, because if you don't, what happens is that, in fact, let me just do it here so that you can see it. So let me publish. I'm done. Let me publish like this without hiding this page. I'll go to home and I'll go to publish. I'll be required to sign in. You save. Okay. I'm going to just save it on my desktop as a resume solution. And I'll say okay. Yeah, I said it was going to be required to sign in. I hope this does not waste time. So yes, so your Power BI will require you to sign in before you can go to Power BI service. So when I click on publish, now I can go, I choose a workspace. I have just this one here, and then select. So it's publishing. Success. So it says open resume solution.pbix in Power BI. You click on that link and then it takes you to Power BI service. It's coming up. So this is our resume solution. So how do we publish to web? So you go to file and you go to embed report, right? When you go there, you say publish to web. So what this means is that it's going to be public. Anyone that has the link will be able to access the report. And what that means is if you know that there's sensitive data in your report, you don't want to do this, right? So they are giving me a warning that this is public or anyone with the link. I shall know what I'm doing. So I'll say hello. Okay, I'm hearing a sound. Okay, okay, it's gone. So go back to the Power BI service. Here we are. Success, your report is ready to share. So let me show you why I like hiding. You see, this is page 1, page 2. Why I like hiding my page. The link you can send in mail. This is the actual link that you can now share so that people can visit your report. So I'll click on copy and I have the link. So I'm going to close this. Let me post the link here now. Click. So now people can easily use this arrow to go to the next page. Then why did I now create this button? So I don't like it. I don't like people doing that. So on my Power BI, I will hide the pages. Like I said, I have some reports where I have like over 10 pages. I'll hide all of them because I want your journey I want to control how you walk around the report. So I'm going to hide this page. How did I do that? I right clicked and I chose hide page. If you want to unhide it, click on it, it unhides. So here, hide page. And also something to note is that make sure that the page you want as your home page is the page you have in view before you publish. If I publish this like this now, when I go to Power BI 7, this will be the first page I will see, and I don't like it. So make sure that the home page is the page you have before you now publish. So I'm going to publish that so that I can see the difference between when you hide the page and when you don't hide the page. So it's going to tell me that that report already exists. Do I want to replace it? I'll say yes, replace it. So it's going to publish this. Then we'll open. Now we can see that, okay, I'll go to file, embed, publish to web. Now we can see, hey, this thing has not refreshed. That's another thing. It will take a while to refresh. It will take a while to refresh. Just remember that. So, but you get the point. For example, this one that we have here, that's the one that I did before. As you can see, there's no page to navigate anywhere. You need to use the buttons. You have to click here, go here, click here, go back. So that's the difference between when you hide your page and when you don't hide your page. Right now, if we come here like in the next 5 minutes and refresh, you see that it will change. So I think that is all for now. So I can take questions. Yeah. Thank you
Anybody,
so much.
any question? Do we have questions?
Okay.
Okay. It seems everybody is okay with the presentation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading through the chats. I'm seeing if okay, yeah,
I
the
think
video
it
is
was
being
pretty clear.
recorded. Okay. Okay. Ah, no question at all. Okay, I think
Yeah.
someone asked, please, I didn't get how you change the icon color. You mean we can also yes, so with this, oh, someone said very clear. I'm grateful. So with this, my new Wi-Fi, I think I can show that that will work now. Icons. Yes. So now internet. So I'll click home page, home icon. So you can see all the home icons we have. I think the particular one I used is that. Look at the particular one I used here. So I click, I say insert, and then I remember changing the color to the color I wanted. Let me quickly, okay, see, I've changed. Then right click on it and say um, save as picture and change this to, because the default is that SVG like I mentioned, but you want to change it to an image because of Power BI. Change the type to image before you can now insert it into your Power BI. So that's the beauty of using PowerPoint. You can just change the color to exactly what you want and everything is looking beautiful. So that's how to use, sorry, PowerPoint to get you all sorts of icons that you want to use for a report. There's something else that I forgot to mention. So how do you access the CVs when they are uploaded? When you are done with your forms, when you go to that same link, you will see a place called responses. You can see the number of people that have filled your form. You can see all their information and a little statistics of the population, like the different divisions, 100% this, that. But when you now go to the CV, see the CVs they've uploaded, right? You can see here view folder. So Google automatically creates a folder for you where they put in all the files that have been uploaded. So when you click on this view folder, see the owner is me and everything. One thing you want to do is make sure that anybody with the link can view the CVs. If not, what you will have is people clicking on that link, wanting to go to the CV, and then they're telling the person, ask for permission, all those kind of things. So what you want to do is to make sure that everybody that can view this folder, everybody that has a link can view this folder. And you can do that by going here. You go to shared, and then you can change the settings. The owner is myself, and then usually you will see it as restricted by default. Then you can change it to anyone with the link. Then you say done. This way, anyone that clicks on that CV link can view the resume. I hope you understand that. So thank you so much. That is it.
Thank you very much. I think I was raising my hand, but maybe you didn't
Okay,
notice.
I do notice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, although one of the questions I want to ask you a bit, I think you've addressed it. It's about the home icon. Then another
Okay,
thing is, yes, another thing is about the Google form. Like
okay.
where you were doing it, I don't. Maybe I'll get that from the recordings. Yes, I think I'll do that because I was a bit late, so I didn't get that very
Oh.
well. Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I
Yeah,
think
thank you
when
very
you
much.
see, yes, when you see the recordings, you'll be able to see how I designed the forms,
Then
the
I don't know if
questions in
you,
the form.
okay, yeah, thank you. I don't know if you can help me go back to your,
Okay,
I think your own, yeah, there was a question when I saw
the
it and I want to ask
the
the question.
report, this one.
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
Then the second page. So you were saying something
okay.
about maybe hiding the second page, right? Then
Oh yes,
when you publish, yes, and this, so you hide, you eat this. Then when you go back, when you publish it, I think this won't show.
Yes, it won't show.
So it's
So let
only
me
report.
check that again. Yes. If you remember so if you do not hide the page, this is what you will see. I don't know if you can see this one of two. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it's now one of two. That's 2 pages, right?
Yes. Imagine you have 15 pages and the person see one of 15. Person will just be tired, like 15 pages. But if you put buttons to navigate, the person will not even know what is in store in the whole report. So me, I like to hide pages and use the buttons to guide people to where they want to be. So if I click here now, I'm going to the next page. My next question is now, what's not the usefulness of this get started button here? I want you to use that button. So I like to hide my page. And that is why when you go to the one that I did, you won't see that arrow. You have to use this button. And if you want to get started, you have to use this button. So how did I hide page? This is home page, this is report page. As you can see, there's this eye icon here that is cancelled. It means that this page is hidden and this one is not. So when I right click here, you see that hide page is ticked. When I tick on it, when I untick it, it's no longer hidden. When I click hide. So if I had more pages, I'll hide all of them. That's how I usually do it. I don't know if it's clear.
Okay, so yeah, thank you very much. So what you're saying now is, okay, if let's say maybe I have a report of like 5 pages, then I have my own page. Then I have on my own page, I have a lot of buttons that I use to navigate to other pages.
Yes,
Right.
depending
So
on what you want to do, where you want to take the person to.
yeah.
Yes.
So I'll hide all the 4 pages so that at least the person can what's it called, explore the pages from the home page, right?
Yes. It
Thank you.
depends. If that's the option, I don't know if I can quickly show
Yeah,
you.
I understand. I understand. I think I
Uh-huh.
get it.
Yeah, so sometimes all the buttons don't need to be in the homepage. It depends on the journey. It depends on the journey. So sometimes it may just be 1 or 2 buttons in the homepage, and then when you go to this page, you now need to go to another page from that page. So it depends on the
Yeah,
journey.
I understand because there was a time I was trying to maybe just with this dummy data, right? I created my own page. Then on the first on what's it called? One of the pages of the report, when you get there, there's a button to previous page, the next page. There's a button to that. Then on
Yes,
each
there's a
page,
button to that.
there's also a button to home page. So I think I get what you're trying to explain. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. So please, one thing, I don't know if it's possible. I think your LinkedIn account. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, let
now
me
to
just paste it
connect.
in the chat area.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Renye. You're highly
Thank you
appreciated.
so much, sir.
It was a wonderful presentation. I also learned something new. I never knew about that public to web before. It was something interesting.
Okay.
I love the over, the button, and the rest. Yeah. Well, I have one question. What if
Okay.
Onye leaves our office today and she published to web with her account? What's going to happen to that link? Is it going to break?
Is it going to break? Um, yes, if the workspace is Onyinye's own. Like if I go to Power BI
Assuming you
service
publish it
now.
to your own workspace and you have to leave the
Yes,
organization.
yes, I think the link is going to break. But
But
if
what
you
if you publish
publish
it in
it
a
in
what
a group, okay,
to another
sorry.
workspace?
So yes, that has like a group. You know how office spaces are maybe data units as a group has access to something. So even if an individual leaves, that's still a group access. I don't know if you understand.
Okay, no problem.
It will still be
It's clear.
it will still be there. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you. So everyone, thank you so much for
Thank
All
you
standing
so
right.
by.
much for
Yes.
having
Thank
me.
you very much.
We've come to the
Thank
end of today's
you.
session. December 7th, we will have Follow Unsho Ajala to come and give us a fabric demo. So see you in the next 2 weeks. Bye for now.
Thank you,
Thank
Onyechi.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you, Oyin. Thank you so much.